All right, so we're diving into this Chelsea-Nottingham Forest matchup, and right off the bat, it looks like
A tactical showdown waiting to happen.
exactly. I mean, Chelsea's been on fire lately, goals, 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 but Forest, they've got that reputation of being defensive.
Rock solid.
Yeah. And this isn't just about like who comes out on top. It's about how they get there, right?
100%. It's that classic, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Yeah.
Chelsea's obviously going to want to use that home advantage at Stamford Bridge. But Forest, I mean, they've shown they could frustrate some of the best attacks in the league.
Absolutely. And when you look at the recent games, Chelsea's putting up some serious numbers. 16 goals in 4 games. That's
It's clinical.
exactly. And it's not just the volume, right? It's the way they're scoring. What is Maresca doing tactically that's creating all these high-scoring chances?
Well, he's got them playing this really high-octane, possession-based game. Lots of movement off the ball, constant pressure. They win the ball back quickly, and then, boom, they're on the attack. Pace, purpose. It's risky, but right now, it's working like a charm.
And then you've got Cole Palmer.
Oh, man.
4 goals in 1/2.
Sends a message, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. And let's not forget about Jadon Sancho in the midfield. Forest's defense has got a real challenge on their hands.
No doubt about it.
Which leads us to Nottingham Forest's defensive strategy. They've been stingy at the back this season. What's the secret to their defensive resilience?
They're just so well-drilled, organized, disciplined. Everything starts with their manager. He's instilled this real emphasis on defensive structure. They don't dive into tackles. They stay compact. They make it so tough to break them down. And from what I'm hearing, they might even go with a low block against Chelsea.
A low block. For those of us who, aren't tactical masterminds, break that down for us.
Sure. So basically, they sit deep, form 2 banks of 4, right in front of their goal. The idea is to clog up all that space that Chelsea loves to exploit, especially in that final third. They're hoping to frustrate Chelsea's attackers, force them into taking low-percentage shots, and then, bam, hit them on the counter when the opportunity arises.
So it's a real chess match. Then Forest is essentially daring Chelsea to break them down. And I know Forest manager, he's probably got a very specific game plan to counter Chelsea's attack. What are you hearing? Any specific tactics that could give them an edge?
Well, there's been some talk about man-marking Chelsea's danger men, Palmer Sancho especially, trying to double-team them, cut off their supply, and force other players to step up. It's all about denying Chelsea the space and time they thrive on.
Fascinating. Now, we've talked about some of the key players, but are there any under-the-radar names, any potential game changers we should be keeping an eye on?
Yeah. For Chelsea, keep an eye on Pedro Neto. He's flown under the radar a bit with Palmer and Sancho stealing the headlines. But he's a seriously talented player, capable of some real magic. For Forest, their main goal threat is Taiwo Awoniyi. And he's actually scored against Chelsea before, so they'll definitely have that in the back of their minds.
Interesting. So the big question is, can Forest pull off the upset? Or is Chelsea just too much for them right now?
Well, on paper, you got to favor Chelsea. Their form is just too good. But you can never count out a team with a plan and the belief to see it through. If Forest can weather that early storm and frustrate Chelsea's attack, anything could happen.
Absolutely. It's that tactical battle, the individual matchups, and the potential for the unexpected that makes this match so compelling. One last thought here for everyone to consider as they watch the match. If Chelsea scores early, do they force Forest's hand? Do they have to abandon that low block push higher up the pitch? And how does that change things? How does that impact the other key battles on the field, like Awoniyi against Chelsea center backs? Just something to think about.